Hello everybody, back again with another video. It's my favorite day of the week when I get to do my heavy-duty record shopping for the next 2 days. So I got up pretty early, got some pretty good stuff. I was way under budget. It's funny, I was kind of hoping to spend a little bit more, but I spent less, but got really good stuff, so I guess it all works out in the end. So save a little bit of money, I guess, for tomorrow. So kind of two things that kind of went on today. I got a lot of stuff that's kind of like compilation based. Well, I didn't say a lot. I got 2 albums that were on compilation, sort of the Lost Leaders. Definitely always exciting to find those, and some stuff on the Vanguard label, as well as some of my couple of gems. So we'll get into the vinyl, shall we? So here's the first one. It's called San Francisco Company, San Francisco, whatever you want to call it. It's basically a Lost Leader from the San Francisco label. Came out in 1970, has Cold Blood, Hammer, Tower of Power. I don't know, I was just excited to find this one. You don't really see too much stuff on the San Francisco label, let alone a compilation. So it was a nice little find. Another one I got here was the New Spirit of Capital. It was on the Capital label, of course, another sort of Lost Leader. Steve Miller Band, Joe South, David Axelrod, Grand Funk Railroad. Pink Floyd's on this. This is sealed. I think I might have said that. I may have not said that. And then, of course, the Bob Seger system. So I've been looking for the Tales of Lucy Blue for, like, ever, I swear. I had it a couple of years ago. Well, I mean, more than a couple of years ago. Probably about 8 years ago or so. Like, right when I started collecting, I got a box of records at a yard sale. And just sort of a friend of mine liked Bob Seger, so I just kind of was like, hey, here's all the Bob Seger records I got in this. Gave me a couple of bucks, and pretty much I broke even on the deal, plus I got all these extra records. But that was one of the records I gave to him, and sort of been regretting it ever since. So if you have a copy of Tales of Lucy Blue, Bob Seger system, it's ridiculously out of print. So hard to find. I know, if you look online, they're going for like $40. If you have a copy, I'd be willing to wheel and deal. Let me know what you want. I will I will pony up, if you want to trade for some stuff or whatever. But yeah, I've just been looking for that record for a long time. So yeah, just a little. If you have it, let me know. There's one called Reggae 2. It's by an artist called Ken Lazarus, and just sort of like I would have kind of put it equivalent to maybe like an Enoch Light kind of thing, except it's all sort of it's reggae songs, but it's Sugar Sugar, Don't Let Me Down, I Shall Be Released. Everybody's Talking, so probably like 69, 70, somewhere in there. But it's all reggae, like it's the guys actually singing, and it sounds really cool. So sort of like reggae covers of it. I put the headphones on in the listening station, and it's kind of like looking around, like hoping nobody would know what I found. I almost felt like some of those compilations that they have that are the 60s and 70s artists. I know I've been seeing a lot of I think it's those Shaking Shocking Days, I think is what I'm going to probably get that tomorrow, but I've seen a lot of people have gotten that, and it seems have pretty favorable reviews, so definitely going to pick that up. Reggae 2, Ken Lazarus. Here's some stuff from the Vanguard label. I got the Best of Mimi and Richard Farina. Mimi, also known as Mimi Baez, before she married Richard Farina. Richard Farina wrote Been Down So Long It Looks Like Up to Me. It's kind of a famous sort of, I would say, kind of a beat novel. They put it in the beat genre generally. But he was, the day that the book was sort of published, the release party, went out on a motorcycle and basically was in a wreck and died. So he really never, he definitely, some potential here that, we never really got to see, come to fruition there. But there's some good stuff on here. I believe also they were on the Elektra label. This one is this record is beat, but the LPs are stone mint, so just, it is what it is. I'm sure I'll come across that in the future as well. Maybe I'll get a better copy. Here's the Sigo and Schwal Band. I only played one track on this album, track 3 on side 2, just at random. I kind of hear what this sounded like, and I was sold instantly. These guys sound like the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. I'm really excited to kind of dig into this one. Again, on the Vanguard label. Kind of Chicago blues. Guys are actually from Chicago, so I wouldn't imagine that they're too far of a line from the Butterfield Blues Band. Here's Sigo and Schwal, 1970 or 70. kind of the little bit of a lineup change. The drum and bass, you know, the rhythm section was different, but at the same time, pretty. It sounds pretty good. A little more funkier than the first album. I figured, hey, if I'm buying the one, this was basically with it, so I was, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on that one. So I was kind of excited to find that as well. This one I've been looking for a very long time. Not on the Holy Grail list, so no confetti, sorry. But Tim Hardin 1 has Reason to Believe on it. That his version, which is only like 2 minutes long, but of course, made famous by Rod Stewart. But great album on the Verve Folkways label. So kind of a lot of sort of folk stuff. I know Sam sort of likes folk too. As we talked about, she's the kind of the head folk person at the house. But I don't know. I sort of like a lot of the guitar kind of Dylan-esque sort of folk music. Here's the Reconnection. I believe this is their first one. It's called Aladdin. It's on the Cadet Concept label. They were pretty cool. Kind of like kind of were like a little bit of a house band on some of the like when Muddy Waters recorded Electric Mud. They're definitely a good album. I mean, it's not really anything special, but still pretty cool to find this one. I've been looking for this for a little while as well. So. Here's an exciting one, Zegerid and Evans. This is not the one with 2525 on it, but if you look at the mailbox, there it is, 2525. I think this is the follow-up to it. So I sort of love this, this period of the '60s, sort of the, post-psychedelic, before it kind of got into the singer-songwriter stuff. So I was excited to find this. It's on RCA Dynagroove, so it's a pretty heavy vinyl. It's not the Dyna Flex or Dyna Warp, as I like to call it, because it's, those records, of course it was like, so thin. It was like the thinnest vinyl ever. So Dyna Groove is very, very deep groove, very heavy vinyl. So if you have a choice between the two, don't get the Dyna Flex. So and the last two, these are sort of two of the big purchases, the cherry on top. Robert Hunter. I'm not going to pronounce that because I don't want to butcher it, but I've been looking for this one for a little while. This is my second Robert Hunter album. His albums are another thing that are just, they're ridiculously out of print. Robert Hunter is the sort of the lyricist for the Grateful Dead, so if you're a fan of sort of the Working Man's Dead stuff, American Beauty, there's a good chance he probably wrote some of the songs with it. So very interesting here too, because I think Blumenfeld, I want to say he was in the, actually I'm almost positive he played drums with the Blues Project, and John Cipollina is in it. I think he played guitar in Quicksilver Messenger Service, I want to say. And of course Jorma is on this from the Jefferson Airplane, and Merle Saunders plays keyboard. So this one is a double. Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you like Grateful Dead, Robert Hunter, Hot Tuna, Jorma? Then how about Relics magazine? That's really cool. This is actually put out on Relics Records, so 1984. That is so cool. I'll go ahead and put it back in there with where it came from. But yeah, this is a good one. When I was worked at a record store, I was trying to find these on CD. They were, again, like I said, they're very out of print. Haven't been reissued or anything like that. So, which is, a crime basically. But definitely great stuff. Singer-songwriter sort of stuff. So if you, like I said, if you like Grateful Dead, they're Working Man's Dead, American Beauty, that kind of era. A lot of good stuff coming off of his pens, basically. And here's the little the crown jewel of them all. We got the Byrds Fifth Dimension, and then if you look very closely, for those who know what that means, I got a mono copy of it, which I was actually looking for. I have a later stereo pressing, so I was just kind of looking to update my stereo pressing to like an older, a little bit better shape one than I had, and lo and behold, this is about the third or fourth one in there. And there it was, Byrds Fifth Dimension on mono. So that was a great find today. I was very excited to see that. So it's always like one record that just makes your day. That was the one. So we're going to do some record shopping a little bit later on today as well as tomorrow. So we'll have another update with you for some new vinyl. So take care. Thanks for watching. See ya.